Hi, this is Sanjay Gangal from EDA Cafe. I'm here with Henrik Flodell, Director of Marketing at Alif Semiconductor. Hello, Henrik.
Hello, very good to be here.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Henrik. I understand you are joining us from a trade show.
That's correct. We are at the Santa Clara Convention Center today to exhibit our ensemble series of MCUs and fusion processors at the Embedded Vision Summit.
Okay. Yeah, so before I ask you more about the ensemble family, tell us about Alif Semiconductor, the company itself.
Sure. Alif Semiconductor is a startup in the silicon space that was founded in 2019. And essentially, all of us that were part of starting up Alif has worked for other semiconductor suppliers before. And we've kind of been a little bit frustrated about the fact that we are talking to a lot of customers that want us to do things that we know that we can do, but because we have a lot of legacy in the platforms that we're using at those larger companies, it was really impossible to kind of get to the level of integration where you can truly do an IoT system on a chip. So that was one of the driving forces behind starting Alif, was to see if we couldn't bring to market very quickly a solution that contains everything that somebody would need to do, a connected, very scalable, very memory-rich device that is also capable of processing AI and ML on the edge.
So tell us about your products.
So the product line that we are here promoting today at the Embedded Vision Summit is our ensemble series of MCUs and fusion processors. It's the first silicon in the market today that uses the latest generation Cortex M55 core from ARM. And we've also made sure to future-proof our design by adding the ability to, in a significant way, uplift performance of machine learning and AI-type algorithms by using the Ethos U55 micro NPU processor to complement the M55, specifically for AI workloads at the edge. We also integrate very, very strong security features in our device from the ground up that protects all aspects of code executing in a device, communication on networks, and also secrets, user data, as well as system data that is being either in flight or at rest inside our chip. And in addition to this, we have a very scalable selection of essentially performance points that you can get an ensemble device for. We scale from single core devices to dual core, triple core, all the way up to quad core processors. So we can really handle a lot of different workloads.
Okay, and at this trade show, you are also partnering with Edge Impulse. Tell us what this partnership is about.
That's correct. So Edge Impulse is a provider of tools for being able to develop and configure AI models. And we see them as a key partner for us in order to be able to provide a very fast path to market for our customers in being productive with our devices. They provide a cloud-based system where you can select a model, you can train a model, and you can do all the steps that you need in order to really industrialize that, the design, I should say. And then you can deploy it from that environment directly on our evaluation kits in order to be able to run it.
Okay, and what are some of the applications for your MCU family, and particularly in partnership with Edge Impulse?
So on the AI side, this is quite an interesting thing because as we are, as I mentioned, the first company to market with M55 and Ethos U55 combination, we are actually able to successfully work for any of the standard AI use cases, including vibration, voice, as well as vision. In the past, for devices that are embedded in nature, meaning battery powered and kind of Cortex M on the performance spectrum, vision-based use cases has not really been approachable because of the long inference times. But with our devices, we can get past that in a really big way. In comparisons that we've done with other Cortex M class devices, we tend to be between 70 to over 100x faster on performing the inference operations. So we can really enable that to be done in a battery-powered way.
So where can we see your chips and your family in action on some real-world devices?
You mean real world designs, you mean?
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we started sampling our first silicon to lead customers about a year ago. We have several that are in design. So I would expect that towards the end of this year, they'll be starting to come out in real products. That's when we also plan to be fully market qualified and ready to accept orders through global distributors for our products. But like I said, we've been sampling devices for a long time, and we're very eager to get in contact with new potential customer of ours to discuss their particular projects and how we can help.
And where is Alif Semiconductor based at?
So we're based in the Bay Area. The headquarters is in Pleasanton in the East Bay, and that's also where I'm based.
Yeah, okay. And how many people do you have?
At the moment, we're just above 200 employees in the company worldwide. Okay. So we've grown really rapidly since inception only 2 years ago, or two and a half now, I guess.
And are you VC funded?
Yes, we're as far as startups goes, we are a very well-funded startup. So we've gone through a couple of rounds of financing, and we have quite a lot of money in the bank. So we do expect that the funds that we have at the moment will last us well into profitability if we're able to execute on our timelines.
Okay. Yeah. And I think you already touched upon some of these things, but what makes your solutions unique and differentiated in the marketplace?
Well, there's a number of things that you can kind of look into in the way that we've architected our solutions, especially from the perspective of scalability and the flexibility that the user have in mapping resources that are available in the device to specific cores that will execute applications. But kind of overarching, I think the two main benefits of an Alif device is the high level of functional integration, as I mentioned. Instead of having to use 3 or 4 discrete chips for a solution, you can get everything in one single package with Alif, and also the very high focus that we've had on lowering overall power consumption, both in active mode as well as in standby mode, meaning that you have a single chip, you have a simplified BOM, easier for you to get hold of the material in supply constraints times such as these, and you can run everything for longer on a battery.
Very nice. And what is the best way for our audience to find out more about Alif Semiconductor on the internet?
The latest information about Alif is always going to be on our website, alifsemi.com. They can also send an email to contact@alifsemi.com to reach me and my colleagues in the marketing team directly, and we'll be able to help people answer any question that they may have from there.
Okay. And Henrik, is it okay if I ask you a couple of personal questions?
Sure thing.
So what do you do for fun outside work, or what is your personal passion?
Well, in the wintertime, I like to go snowboarding. Since we live in the Bay Area, we have only a couple of hours to drive up to some really great, skiing and downhill activities in Lake Tahoe. And during the pandemic, me and my wife had a really interesting project that we took care of in our backyard. We built a British pub so that we had a place to go to. We weren't allowed to go to the real ones.
and were you entertaining guests in your backyard?
Well, not that during the pandemic, but now we are.
That's great. That's great. I live not too far from you, and I'd love to check out your British pub.
Oh yeah, you're welcome to come by anytime.
Henrik, can you also share something about yourself that most people at Alif Semiconductor who work with you don't know about you?
Oh, that most people in so see, some of these people at Alif Semiconductor I've been working with for a long time. So I don't know if there's that many things that they don't know about me. I guess, what can I say? Nothing really comes to mind. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
No
I guess you can then say that the thing that they don't know about me is that I really don't have that vivid an imagination about myself.
So a final question: cats or dogs?
Oh, cats for sure. Mainly because, well, it makes it easier for me because I don't really want the responsibility of having a cat, and I'm super allergic to them. So, if I go for cats, then it's kind of, I can play with them and give them back.
Pretty nice. Well, thank you so much, Henrik, for taking time to record this interview. Have a great day and stay safe.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, this is Sanjay Gangal from EDA Cafe.